You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
Hello, and welcome to the second episode of the seven-part Pact preview actual play. Um, Today, we're playing more seven-part Pact as described by the game, the wonderful and terrible and great wizard TTRPG, work in progress wizard TTRPG, made by J Dragon. Um, you may notice that we don't have Jay this week, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going. We don't need all seven wizards to do a pact. But let's introduce the wizards who we do have. Um, let's go left to right and just kind of give your name, your pronouns, and then like your character's name and maybe like one a sentence of description just for those who are not up to date.
So hi, I'm Ira Prince. I use it pronouns, and I am playing Vega, the Necromancer, who is brand spanking new at this and thinks that he has it all under control, and that is not true.
So true.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. I'm Stargazer Sasha. I use she/her its pronouns, and I am playing Zephyrus, who is the Hierophant. It's my job to keep an eye on the needs of the everyday people, and I am the much put upon and highly harried youngest member of the pact. I think. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I am Wendy Ripson Pippin. My pronouns are she, her, and my character is Neil. All shall Neil of All House Cornasang. And I think that the name and the way I announced that name should probably give you all you need to know about the kind of bitch that Neil is. He is, an authoritarian bastard in a big black iron armor. Or steel armor, whatever.
Hell yeah.
Dude's plated.
Dudes rock. Hi, I'm Lilith Lilac Leviathan, she, it pronouns. Today I'm playing Dennis, the mariner, who is about to commit some, old man-yuri. Smiles. That's all you get.
Yeah.
Hello, I am Molly Darling, she, they, playing Sheridan the Faustian. I'm tasked with keeping the devil at bay, even though he will one day overtake me as he did my master before me.
And a moment of silence for J-Dragon playing Orm the Old.
Wah, wah.
Orm is
So sad. Who's gonna fill the role of being the old fart today? Oh, one of you probably will.
Yeah,
I
someone can figure it out. And I am Darling Demon Eclipse. I run this channel, and pronoun she they. I'm playing the sorcerer, Sleepyhead, who has a world within his dreams and is trying to manipulate the fates of others so that he can ascend to heaven. Smiles. And together we make up the 7-part pact, or the 6-part pact today. Although the pact is still intact. There's still 7 people. It's just one of our number will be less active this month. But
Orm is taking a nap.
Orm is taking a big, awesome nap, and I think that's great. But yeah,
because he's old.
I believe last time we were at the start of a new month. So let's look at the situation there. So we're doing Watching the Stars. Am I right in that? Let me double check.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually have a new little toy. Alright, we're doing a Leap of Faith. Let's see if I set this up right. Almost. It's almost there. It's close. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Anyway.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I should not... That was almost really bad. That's almost really, really bad.
Wait, what? Oh,
It's
no.
You know what? Don't worry about it. That was almost the worst it could have possibly been.
No.
Also, why is this okay?
I don't think it looks that bad.
No, no, it's not even that. Something else really bad almost happened.
Let us not worry
Progressing
about
swiftly
it.
on.
Yeah, we're not gonna worry about it. We're gonna press on.
Let's put that back into the unspecified device.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna do Watching the Stars, where each month, each of our domains, we're going to kind of look over and determine what they specifically do. Depending on the orientation of the celestial bodies in the orrery. So let's go back to the orrery.
Woohoo!
So, yeah, we're just going to consult our individual books, and, yeah.
Did you change the orrery?
Oh, no, we need to do that. Have we done that?
No.
No,
Okay.
I think it was Taurus last time.
So we're going to change the orrery. We're going to move each thing forward by its arc. So, boop. 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 And boop. Where does the sun? How's the sun?
Just for the month. The sun is the month indicator.
Oh, okay, so it goes to June. Awesome. All right. I think I got everything right.
Yeah.
It is time for us to pour.
So for me, that has
Ugh.
changed on the actual slide and the materials, but it has not changed on the stream image for some reason, which is
Oh,
there we go.
There it goes.
Yeah, I think I had to open up OBS to make it
It fixed
adjust.
now.
Yeah.
Got it.
Here, actually, what I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna have this open on here, so y'all can look at it here. Sorry, we're figuring out some production-y stuff. Okay, we're good now. Smiles. Okay.
I love this game.
It's awesome.
It's
I'm
so
very
sick.
excited to get back into it. So I gotta look at what the hell is going on my end. Time to make you all suffer, or not, we'll say. Plus.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mute.
No, it's okay. You can sneeze on stream.
It's okay. We are girls. We can sneeze.
Does that dotted line?
Wrong. 10,000
I
years
don't
mind
think so.
prison.
LOL.
Oh yeah, that's right. I heard about the season.
Yeah.
It's spring now.
Oh.
No, it's still spring.
The birds are singing. It's beautiful.
Saturn and Venus.
Okay. I need to look at this. I need to look at these orbits.
Jupiter. Yeah, this is the hard part of this game.
There's a lot going on.
Oh god.
Oh, right. I remember how this works. Okay.
It is not super eventful for me this month. I think.
Oh, Jupiter.
I need to look at each domain and then determine how that affects my nightmares.
Jupiter is in Scorpio.
It do be in Scorpio.
Jupiter, and then what is the red one? Uranus?
That's Mars.
Mars. Mars.
One of the few that are consistent with Sailor Moon.
Here's Taurus, Gemini, Cancer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the first one. Okay.
So if Jupiter, Mars is in Scorpio. Okay, I'm remembering how to do this. Wait, what if Jupiter is not alone?
Let's say. So it's Hierophant watching the stars. Yeah, for those who have not watched this before, there's a degree of consultation, or like consulting things that happens in this game that can make it a little quiet, so there's gonna be some downtime.
I can pop over onto.
Oh my god, the temple's kitchen needs tidying again. What are those bitches doing in there?
They're cooking.
I guess so. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's been a whole month. You should probably clean your kitchen more often than that.
Yeah.
Y'all, the weather is so bad.
So if I'm reading this correctly, I have two problems because Jupiter shares the slice with two planets.
That looks correct to me.
Woohoo! Okay, I will input my problems into my spreadsheet, my problem spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, wait. I need to create problems in my domain.
You.
Okay, so oh god, I gotta look at I have a lot I'm juggling right now. Mostly just in terms of realms.
Stream, you see, chat, the sorcerer is kind of responsible for a lot of stuff at this stage of the game.
Yeah.
We are currently pelting Sleepyhead with missives and rocks to give way to the missives. In order for him to properly orient the stars.
Yeah, I need my rocks. I need to crunch down on my rocks so that I can suffer.
Who did I isolate last session? Was it?
It was me. It was the Graven Isle was isolated.
Cool. Or who's on Scuttleport?
Hi, hello.
Hi.
the
Hey,
question?
you're isolated.
Wah!
10,000 years of isolation, okay?
Yeah.
Now, when this happens, do you conjure consequences or do I? That's the question.
I pick from a specific list.
They have a really useful
Consequences don't happen until yeah, unless you remain silent and I don't give you a route. But
Mm-hmm. So if this does not resolve, then yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure with this one specifically, does it stay for as long as Saturn remains present in the season? Okay. So the Graven Isles are still isolated, and also Scuttleport is now isolated. So the Graven Isles will be having consequences. But the Scuttleport will simply the people of the Isle blame the wizard for their isolation. For as long as the Isle remains disconnected, the wizard's air companion cannot provide care for him.
And just to be clear, this will trigger at the end of the month.
No, this triggers during the month.
Mm-hmm.
Like now.
Gotcha.
And is there a mechanic for resolving these, or is that for the Mariner to do?
Go away. Get out of
A wizard may resolve his isolation by spending time within my domain to mastermind a new route, if possible, to form one.
Okay.
Or he may use the conundrum, or may solve the conundrum with magic.
1,
Oh.
2.
Let's look
Remember,
at magic. What can I do?
magic is always useful for breaking the rules.
That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah,
in
it's always
7-part
such a
Pact.
good
Yeah.
idea. Yeah, it's always such a good idea to break the rules of 7-part Pact a game.
You should meddle.
You should dabble even. You should be a bit of a dilettante.
Alright. Okay, so I'm seeing here from Wendy that I get to choose a member of the court and move them closer to the king. That's fun. Here, let me do that really quickly. I'll open up the warlock one. Okay, that's a little funky, but that's fine. That's mostly just an issue of having the wrong thing open. There we go. Okay. So I can move someone up? Yeah. I would like to move the bastard brother up and move the righteous nephew to his ward. If you're okay with that, Wendy.
Sorry, what?
Oh, for the thing that I can move up. I would like to move the bastard brother up and thus shunting the righteous nephew.
Oh, okay. So up, but like to the right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
This is the song and dance they've been doing for ages now.
Yeah. Let them keep playing their little game. Cool.
I just
I'm
want to
going
check
to-
to make sure. Right now, Saturn is in Gemini, right?
Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in Gemini, yeah.
Jiminy.
And I actually, it's in alignment with the sun too, so I need to fucking bounce King Morag back up to one of the gates again.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Because he's still the one Vega is the most scared of. Even after this happened to me last month, back to back as well.
Yeah. So Morog's moving. Oh, right. Okay.
I am ready to announce the shenanigans of the court.
Yeah, you wanna let's do you wanna go in order?
Probably.
We should
I'm
probably
just
ask.
making sure. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
make sure that everyone's ready.
Is how are folks on?
Writing a thing real quick as a quick reference for both Ira and Molly. Ira? How was it said?
It's Ira.
Ira, cool.
Just double check I'm referencing hero. It's any of the same science questions. Towns. I don't know if I understand what you're asking, Molly.
It's all right. Doesn't matter hugely, I think.
Yep, cool.
I think it may be fine.
Oh yeah, sorry. You're
Great.
talking about yeah. Okay. Are folks good on their star stuff?
Yay! I
Thumbs
think I'm
up.
done.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Let's start with the necromancer. Tell us about what happened with your stargazing, watching the stars.
So we had a near miss here. I was scared for a second, but I think Saturn and Venus are not in alignment. They're just touching. They're just kissing. But Saturn is in alignment with the sun, which means that the foe of death that Vega fears most gets to come up to a near gate, which this is still King Morog. This is still the guy who killed the previous necromancer. So we're gonna bop him up here. I guess it doesn't really matter which one. That one. And also, I see here, I forgot from last time, the previous necromancer is still not feeling up to doing his job, so I need to take care of that as well.
Damn, very sad. Okay, the Hierophant. Tell us what's going on on your end.
Yeah, I have 2 new problems. Jupiter is in Scorpio, so I have Scorpio-related problems. The King's Guard cracks down on illegal activities is a rank 2 problem. That's probably gonna be...
Ugh,
Yeah, that's kind of scary. That's a little scary.
that is scary.
So yeah, that's that. And then my other problem is temple kitchen maintenance, which is also a problem I had last month. So
This will happen.
this will happen.
This will happen, girls.
This is known.
Yeah. Okay. And Warlock, tell us about your situation.
So, within the court, drama is afoot. The younger daughter has successfully passed herself off as a man and slithered her way to the king's as the king's closest advisor. That will surely create many interesting situations. In her ascension, she pushed down her big sister, who is now merely a trophy for paraded around for the alliance that she has helped to forge. And in the further pushing, the queen is now. The queen is. Sorry, the queen is now merely a simple gossip. She has developed a reputation as someone who creates problems for nothing, and the lady in waiting, well, is stirring up a bit of scandal. The ambassador has been ousted from the court for scheming and creating too many events within the court. He has been having trouble keeping his temper, accusing the king's closest advisor of being, of all things, a woman.
Fucked up.
Imagine. On the other hand, the bastard brother has once again shoved the righteous nephew out of his position. These two keep vying for the position of heir, but for now, the stalemate seems to be under control. And now, most importantly, Saturn being in the king's rising sun will create a nefarious plot.
Excellent. Okay. Next is.
Sorry, I'm not finished.
Oh, sorry,
I'm just
keep going.
I am scrolling through things because I want to sure that I say things right, and I'm on push to talk.
No worries.
So the king begins a wicked project to cement the negative portion of his public perception or secret desire. In this case, the king fashions himself as a bit of a conniver, as someone who knows the ins and outs of courtly intrigue. Whether or not this is real, well, one might have their own opinion on that, but the fact is that as the keeper of the crown, I must inform you of what he seeks. And what he seeks is to install more eyes behind the shoulders of every citizen of Asia. And now I must ask the chainkeeper what consequences appear for other wizards. Not me. This is not a me problem.
Yeah. And the thing that is being enacted here is more oversight from the royal house on the common folk. Is correct?
Indeed, the king has spies kind of everywhere now, or at least tries to get them everywhere. Where or not he does have them, well.
Give me just one moment. I believe I have a handy dandy spreadsheet for this.
Cool. Do you want to maybe do that on your turn, or do you want to?
I can I can wait a sec to think about it and mull it over.
Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, so you got the Mariner. Yeah, let's go Mariner. Mariner.
Bad things are happening.
Yeah.
Listen. So over in Isha, it's not going well for the people of Haster or Ashana or the Halcyon Isle for that matter, as a massive typhoon, category 4 hurricane is passing through the Shimmering Sea, which is unpleasant. The clouds have magically multiplied, coalescing to a horrifying thing that is then, moving its way through. Other than that, or straight down the middle of the map of Isha is just this wall of rain. And also, the Graven Isles still have no imports of food, along with Scuttleport not having any imports of no, that was the wrong one. Why did it copy? I hate Discord. People are mad at the wizard for the isolation. People are upset. You're to blame.
Damn.
And magical reagents have been unable to get to the Graven Isles. Thank you, Sleepyhead. Moving back to you.
Okay. Next up is the Faustian.
Okay.
Faustian.
So first order of business is bonding to that consequence. I think the consequences for this are twofold. I think one. Let me see here. Lilith, can you tell me what the secret is that is marked with a T on your map?
Those are the otters.
Interesting. I think maybe what is happening. I think there is a new inconvenient secret being added to your map.
Uh-oh.
A new inconvenience?
A new inconvenient secret, yes.
Oh.
And I think what this is.
Where?
I think it is going to be in the Bay of Ishana.
Uh-huh.
And I think what this is with a much greater overreach from the king. There's a lot more of the king's ships going out through Isha, and I think those are awakening. What's a good thing to be awakened? Let me think. I think there is a massive hunting shark. But we're talking like walking with dinosaurs, like ancient era, like massive creature, right? You know.
Oh, good.
And the second response, I think, this has specifically caused some discontent among the merchants and bankers who, of the citizens of the world, are probably most wary of the oversight of lawmakers. And because of that discontent, I'm going to place an extra devil card on that community in my domain.
Excellent.
Because the devil is going to be acting in there. And which brings us neatly to what's going on in my domain right now. So the devil's cards go down on different communities across Isha every month to demonstrate where his influence has been happening. As you can see, there have been 2 cards placed on the Nereids and Kelpies, and 1 card placed on the students and professors. And I will be trying to get rid of these over this month.
Excellent. Okay. There's no librarian, so things slip over to me and my realm of dreams. Well, actually, oh right, I put that on for a little bit. Okay, my empty realm of dreams that you cannot see. Oh wait, why is that happening? Oh, I think I see what the issue is. Hang on. No, why is it doing that? Sorry, folks. Oh, I know what's happening. I figured it out. Okay. It's fine if it's white. I think white's fine. So, things that are happening that touch on other people's domains, which is really what my sorcerer does. So, first of all, the Mariner. You got any trade routes that you particularly like, Smiles?
Let's see. Real real big fan of the route going between the sunken fleet and the old ruins of Isha. I'm sure nothing bad would happen if that went away.
Yeah, nothing bad will ever happen to that except right now, because I'm removing it.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's gone.
What happened?
Well, actually,
By myself, this can't be happening.
it should be tied to this. What is this? Ah, yes. Some desperate pilgrims, used strange astral hooks to, notch themselves into the dreams of the sailors in that region, and physically pull their ships towards the shore while they were asleep, and then they took over the ships and are using them to travel around Isha and look for strange things. Yeah.
Does that become a secret?
Uh, It's a good question. I don't think so. I think they do that and then kind of like disappear into the night.
Okay.
They're very subtle in that way. They they're not sticking around.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it is simply there's no trade rep there. Okay, and then hey Vega,
Uh-huh.
someone wants to see you.
Who the hell wants to see Vega?
Actually, I can tell you.
That's
There
really
are
funny.
some there are some cultists of Soren, like people who still kind of worship the magic that Soren wielded, who are interested in speaking to you.
Okay, Vega is lying down, face down on the floor of his little lair, and then he'll get to that.
Good. Okay. And another visitor for the Faustian.
Ooh.
Faustian, there is a um yeah, there is a man with like strange glowing skin who's covered in rags who wants to speak to you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Fascinating.
you'll want to attend to those, or else bad things will happen. So that's my stuff.
Noodle your booches.
Yeah. Back to the orrery. Now each of us is going to put our tokens on things that we're going to do during this month, and then we'll go over those and play scenes and do fun and awesome tabletop role-playing game type stuff.
Remember to refresh the tokens that are on the moot right now because I think those are carrying over.
Yes, you're gonna
You'll have
want.
to spend a token for that.
Yeah, so you're gonna spend. I mean, it depends on if you want to go to the moot, but if you want to go to the moot, where we all meet up to talk over our wizard stuff, then you'll want to put a token there. Okay. I gotta figure out what the hell I'm spending my tokens on. That's like kind of the challenge with the sorcerers. You really gotta think.
I guess I can go to the moot.
You might want to. It's a cool place.
Uh-huh.
I, for one, think it's pretty freaking awesome.
Well, it's pretty freaking cool.
That's pretty freaking awesome and cool.
This is unfortunate. I think our absentee librarian may not be having a particularly lovely month.
Oh no.
Rather, beings within his community.
Jay is gonna get back like the
The Donald Glover meme, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is perhaps the best use of it.
I'm gonna use my star to resolve the Kingsguard cracks down on illegal activities because I feel like
you will also have to spend a token on it.
Oh, fucking true! Damn, I always forget that.
Stars just make him scenes.
Yeah. Oh, that is not on the orrery. I have made a slight error.
Shit.
But why is that? Why is that not capturing the orrery one? Oh, because this is okay. I understand now. Everything is clear to me.
This is not communicated in character because obviously, how could it be? I'm being so nice to the Mariner right now.
Yay!
In terms of what I'm deciding to resolve.
Is there anything about specific ways that the sorcerer can spend their tokens?
I might have a thing to send you, actually.
Okay.
Oh god.
Can I still do masks with let's see.
You can spend time to redraw a mask, I believe.
Right, okay.
This may be me using old rules, though I'm from an ancient time.
Yeah, some stuff has been changed on the masks front.
Maybe if you just
Nice.
Control F spend time or token in the codex.
Yes, that's true. Yes, yeah, I can spend time to give people masks.
Great.
Yeah, I'm realizing it's not very clear. I'm guessing this is how you give someone a mask who doesn't have one, but
You can do that, yes.
Where are you?
yeah. Okay.
My dentist cheat sheet. Yeeparoo.
Another box for my trinkets. What's going on?
I'll be taking this one.
That's right. Can I mean, there's nothing in the rules that says I can't visit the devil's dreams, right?
We know the devil.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. I mean, the question is, does the devil dream? But at the
True.
very least, I think you visiting me by proxy visiting the devil, you know?
Yeah, I'm realizing I might have
And
done
maybe you
some
can
of
just
this
decide
wrong.
to talk to that person instead.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm DMing something to you, Clips.
Awesome. I feel like I just gave people masks, like, directly, which I don't think was how I was supposed to do this. Okay, yeah, so I'll just ignore the, like, NPC masks that I have. That's fine.
Okay. Okay, wait, I can still do this.
Yeah, none of this really came up anyways. Okay, cool. I will remove these because they are not relevant anymore.
Interplanetary, the galaxy girl. The solar system is from the future.
What are you singing?
Interplanet Janet
Oh, I like it.
from Schoolhouse Rock.
I never.
Interplanet Janet is a very sapphic world character. You would like her.
I
Wait,
say.
wait, you don't know? Wait, you don't know about Schoolhouse Rock?
I think you might. I never watched it.
I mean, it was around in like the what time was it? I don't want to embarrass myself on screen. Schoolhouse Rock. I want to say 70s. Yeah, 73.
Okay.
1973 to 1985. Damn, it ran for a long time. Anyway, some of them
Oh
are
no,
good.
sorry,
And
Schoolhouse Rock. Yes, no, I know about Schoolhouse Rock. I'm dumb.
yeah, you are dumb.
I'm not dumb. Smiles.
Smiles. Everyone knows Interplanet Janet. She's a galaxy girl, a solar system miss from a future world.
She is.
Ooh.
She travels like a rocket with her comet team, and there's never been a planet Janet hasn't seen.
She's kind of, you know.
I love her. In my elementary school did Schoolhouse Rock as a musical, and the two songs that I got to sing as my solos were "I'm Just a Bill" and "3 is a Magic Number."
Fuck yeah.
I was really happy with what I got, TBH.
Classics.
Yeah.
Fucking hits.
Yeah. All bops,
saw
all
bangers.
bangers.
Yeah.
How are we all doing? Who's
I'm really deep in thought here. I have
No
not
worries.
even put down anything. Okay. I think I have things kind of sorted, at least for one of mine. Yeah, we're gonna...
Neil, on the other hand, is mostly like This is their problems. They caused me enough stuff, so I'm gonna worry about the things they made me do and nothing else.
We are, just so you're aware, we are getting Sleepyhead POV on the stream right now.
Oh, we are? Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Aw,
I hit the wrong one. That's fine.
the Eeper.
Thank you for letting me know.
I'm averting my eyes from a section that I don't think I'm
Politely.
Demurely.
I don't really have anything notable in here. I'm just putting down. I already projected that I'm going to be doing a Devil Dream, so boom.
Whoa.
What else? You're tuned in and watching from Skyrim. Now I'm just imagining like a
Whoa.
VR setup with like Skyrim on. Like you have like a screen in Skyrim. I don't think that's what you mean, but I don't think you have VR. But I think that's really funny. Really
I mean,
funny
that would be
concept.
extremely funny if, like, the Dragonborn just had, like, wizards bickering in their head all throughout their journey. Like, as like, mental background noise of just, like, wizards from a distant land being shitheads to each other.
Listen, then the main quest of that game would have been awesome. Okay.
Anyway, I deny to any allegations of association with Todd Howard.
I don't know Todd Howard. He's
Who?
a stranger to me.
I have
Get a little
never
bit
met
of my
Todd
trouble.
Howards.
Oh, someone's making a loud noise outside my house.
Oh,
I hate when that happens.
what do I want to do? I can just make some cool shit. Like sometimes that's all you got to do in 7-part Pact is just be like, yeah, I want to make some shit.
Making shit is so good.
I can make some fucking robes.
Wind catchers are also very fun.
Yeah. I think I might just want to gather my power.
Ooh.
That's scary.
Gather your powers.
Yeah. What type of robe do I
We're
want?
still getting your POV, by the way.
Oh my god. I keep messing this up. I'm sorry, folks. There's a lot of tabs.
It's
We love you.
I do
This is
care.
a top
Being
job
a
you
month
have.
of stream, I think there's leeway for familiarity with the setup.
Yeah, eventually I should just have Firefox and Chrome open so that like I don't mistake it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have one on Edge, one on Firefox, and one on Chrome.
You're gonna be what? Okay.
Oh.
Oh, whoa.
Anyway, the warlock has done his stuff. The warlock is ready.
Hell yeah, I'm almost good. I just need to figure out what element I want this shit to be. Really the question is who do I want to hang out with?
So true.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I have my Dramatis Personae.
We love a little Dramatis Personae.
Maybe I go say hi to my wife.
Hell yeah.
What is my wife's element? You gotta say hi. You gotta say hello to your wife is the thing. Water. Okay.
Or you don't have to. That's also an option. I'm sorry to say this one lesbian visibility week, but I'm playing a man, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a lady playing a man.
Hey, same.
Listen, we're all eggs down here.
Yeah, there's some gender. Believe it or not, there's some gender going on in the 7-part Pact. I don't know if anyone noticed this.
Phenomenal amounts of gender. Impressive.
Unthinkable.
Listen, the trick is you just don't correct anyone.
Yeah.
Some people, if anyone wants to crack Neil's egg, it's going to require at least a Mazigo, like some kind of fucking ballista out there.
I just
Uh,
played a game of Under Holly Hills as a human, and the way my pronouns would change for when I was bold or careful would be she, her, and then she, her, but won't correct you, which I think is very sad and very good.
Good.
yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
God. What sort of fucking around do I want to do?
I'm finding it.
And thus, silence befell the realms of Isha, another effect of the unspecified device, no doubt.
Hmm.
The device is quite powerful.
Lizards be pondering.
Wizards are, in fact, pondering those orbs.
I ain't pondering shit. I'm just chilling. This ain't nothing to me, man.
Dennis!
Dennis was pointedly not pondering.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'm a dog. It's
I'm
so
a
funny
flip.
how Dracula Flow is like a new integral part of the trans girl lexicon. Like somehow every trans woman I know knows about Dracula Flow, and then most other people I know don't know about it. I have to actually show it to them. It's kind of fucking fascinating, actually.
I'm continuing the pattern because I don't know what Dracula Flow is, and I want to.
Oh my god,
Hey,
you're gonna laugh.
y'all
You're gonna
ponder
have
those
fun.
orbs. Y'all ponder those orbs. I'm going to send Ira Dracula Flow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to learn. I want to know.
It's really good. You should watch Dracula Flow 3. It's the best one.
There's multiple Dracula Flows.
There's a couple
It's kind
of
of like
them.
it's kind of like Astif movie. Wait, are we friends? Can we be friends? I think we should be friends.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh wait, we are friends. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Oh.
I meant like Discord friends.
Oh, I thought you meant in general. I was like,
Let's be friends. We should be friends.
We
That's
are?
awesome.
Playing.
I'm
It's
inundated
Kina.
with Dracula Flows. Okay, I'm gonna...
Okay. I've prepared and optimized my magics and my spells. I'm literally just fucking I'm just doing wizard shit this month. It's fine.
Hey, me too.
Good.
I've been blasted by 3 different people with Dracula Flow. I'm so excited. That's my little yummy treat for after stream.
I hope you like it.
How can I not with a name like Dracula Flow?
Listen, I think if you start drawing shit inspired by Dracula Flow, I will notice, and I will just like gaze at you
That's awesome.
with affection as I always do, but also with a ha ha ha. We have infected you with the mind virus.
We love a ha ha ha.
Indeed.
Okay.
If anything, Dracula Flow is but the final manifestation of the woke mind virus.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Anyway, have you done your wizard shit, Sasha? Huh? Have you?
I did it
Good.
like super. I did it like super quick. I did it.
I was really slow because I had to think about machinations. I'm normal now though.
All right.
I'm done.
Is everyone ready?
I feel
Yeah.
like my decision has a lot of weight, but also it's not a difficult decision. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Actually, you know what? Sleepyheads can be asleep during the mood.
Ooh.
I've decided this.
Ooh. We will have a moot that is short one wizard. Interesting.
Short
Or
the
at
one who
least
usually arranges it.
That is interesting. Anyway,
Is the wizard is the sorcerer allowed to be absent from the mood?
I mean,
Yeah,
Everyone's
and then it would just go to
allowed
the
to be
next
absent.
present wizard. Like it
Okay,
would
so it
still
goes
go
to
to
the
me.
costume.
Yeah.
Cool.
The only other thing to note with moots is for a quorum, I believe, or for a official, there needs to be at 3 or 4 specifically. I think it says for them to make decisions.
Oh shit! The orrery is also fucking isolated. God damn it! I forgot that.
Actually, I'm thinking about it. No, I
Oh
should
wait,
be able to.
hang out a second. If the orrery is isolated, does that mean we cannot use the orrery?
No, but it would mean consequences for the sorcerer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is actually a boat connecting to Scuttleport, on just above the treacherous
Yes,
strait.
Scuttleport is isolated because Saturn is
Oh, I see.
in
Yeah, it's from that.
the
Okay.
season. That is the same reason why the Graven Isles were isolated, but also now there is no ship connecting them.
Yeah, I'm
which is
tapping
causing
my
problems.
my finger to my nose knowingly.
Oh, that's why I have 2. Okay.
Well, you have
One
2
thing.
because this is the second month you're isolated.
Oh, right. Okay. This also.
And you're
I just wanted to confirm
isolated
that's one.
for as long as Saturn is in the season.
I'm consulting you all. I need an opinion. Which is more interesting for stream? Implanting dreams in people's minds or making potions?
Dreams.
Okay.
Dreams.
I'm making dreams.
Dreams.
If you have a good idea for a dream, it's dreams.
Okay, we're going dreams.
Toil and trouble.
Potions are fun.
Okay. Is everybody ready?
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Oh, it's sorry. I didn't know
clue.
that. Sorry, there's like things that are. Do you have to spend time to remove the isolation?
Yes.
Okay, then I should. Sorry, folks. I need
That
to.
is
This is my bad.
that is also arguably the mariner's responsibility.
Yeah, I can
Okay, that's
also
fair.
do it. Fact, yeah.
It is in fact arguably your responsibility.
Okay.
I
Then
say
I
as a
will.
bitchy wizard.
I will simply listen. My fox cannot help me right now. All right. Are we? We're all good to go. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, back to our wizards. It's wizard time. Starting with the necromancer. Let's get the necromancer on screen. What's up?
So actually, first, Vega is going to take care of the isolation. I stuck my star over on the map of the Graven Isle. Because we have a spell for this. We do. Vega is going to be casting the spell of navigation, which is an incantation resolving the process through which the wizard may find a path anywhere he seeks to travel to, regardless of the distance. He may use this to traverse death itself, find the easiest path between 2 locations, reveal how to get somewhere otherwise hidden, or depart this world for other worlds entirely. He's using it to figure out an alternate path in defiance of the celestial isolation. And then he's just going to share that with his nuns, who will then disperse it to whoever needs to know. And get this, Vega doesn't know what a supply chain is. Vega doesn't know why there isn't food. He's just like, we're going to figure it out, and I will pass on the information, and someone is going to handle it.
Okay.
Just hungry.
Let's sift through the
Everyone's
grimoire.
hungry.
So which
The
spell is this?
tapeworm must be fed.
It's navigation, which is the first one under the heading of the old laws.
Hell yeah. Okay. So let's say personal. I guess I should ask, Molly. Do you want me or you to be the temporary librarian?
I can help out with the librarian stuff. You've got a lot on your plate.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So what is the spell we're doing real quick as I quickly wander over?
It is the old laws navigation.
Okay, fascinating. I've not actually read this book. So, in order to cast a spell, we need to determine its import and the circle you are using. Realizing the realm. This seems to me, and Eclipse, chime in. I think this falls within personal import.
I believe so as well.
So, which circle, which element do you wish to use to cast the spell?
I'm
Looking at
gonna
the
be
paragraph here.
using water. Vega isn't looking for anything fancy.
Mhm.
He just wants the boats to go again.
Okay.
And notably, the spell operates within the limits of travel and specificity. The spell does not provide the wizard with any method of transportation himself, but rather ensures his ability to find a path there at all. The location is unknown, so this is fine. Yep. So you will consult with a dice with personal import with your water stat in the
Okay.
dice roller that we have set up.
So how many dice
Oh,
is
yep.
that? Because we're gonna use the Sophie's die.
Yes, I have 2 in water, and it's my one companion that's not affected by all the shit going on in my domain right now. My gigantic centipede is fine.
Awesome. All right. So we're gonna roll 2 personal. Okay, so that is Mars and Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So notably, the traveler is made aware of any dangers upon this path before embarking, and the path is stable and continuous.
I love that. I'll take that. No notes.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Perfect.
Also welcome to
Yay.
Dice. Smiles.
Welcome to
You're
Dice.
lovely
You
dice,
guys.
yeah.
My toys. Cool.
Your toys.
Yay!
And I'll put a route. Where do you want this route? Going out to
Oh.
away from Isha, where the previous one was, or down south?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I'm looking at the map and trying to understand where it would go.
North, east, or south?
The
East.
blue lines.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, east to Scuttleport. I think that is where it
Yeah.
was before.
Uh-huh.
Yay!
Cool.
Excellent.
Yippee!
Cool. You cast spell of boats go.
And then I stomp back inside.
Love this. Okay. Next up is the Hierophant.
Yippee! I am to make 1 move. Right.
Yeah, so you're gonna do 1 token.
Okay. I'm gonna start by I would appreciate some like ideas regarding my King's Guard cracks down on illegal activities. I feel like basically what I want to like spotlight in my scene is like because I don't know, I feel like this is like actually a really important thing for me to like establish is like what is illegal, what is the king think is illegal.
And that
Mhm.
would be my job as the keeper of the crown.
Yeah, so I would love like your input on like what would you imagine that this could be?
I think that the Otter Gang has like because they have this reputation of having a pirate queen, has made a bunch of people a little too bold. One of the rules of the court is that one must always conceal their murders, and people have been getting sloppy. Main concern of the king here. It is petty, but you know, what are tyrants if not petty? So it's a rush of murders that has been like that is being dealt with you know more murder with violence and incarceration. The soldiers bearing the colors of Isha and of the Halcyon Isle patrols the streets with an iron step and clanking armor, uh, casting menacing glance at everyone, and and also, of course, anything sharp is quickly confiscated. Swords and axes have been confiscated, notably, which is a problem when for the various hunters and lumberjacks of the land. There's a heavy control on all of that. I think is what's happening.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out like what my place would be in all of this. Cause like, um,
Perhaps, if you would like a suggestion, maybe you're kind of like the scene here, seeing that you see over the common folk of Isha, is that you are maybe protecting someone from an overreaching enforcement
that's what I was
of
thinking.
this law, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Is like
Mhm.
maybe maybe like maybe like I kind of have like, and this could be like an interesting place for me to like build like a conflict between me and the king slash Neil, which is I feel like I might be
Yes.
providing shelter to some of these people.
Yeah.
Some of these some of yes, some of the normal people who are like maybe like scared that they're like vulnerable
Hmm.
to like unjust incarceration, which is all incarceration. Um, but then also, I feel like maybe some members of of the Otter Gang, I'm actually pretty sympathetic to.
Would you?
Like my character, like one of my character notes for Zephyrus is that he just does not have enough time or energy to say to like make judgment calls like that.
Yeah.
like,
Hmm.
like he
Just
is
cares. Yeah.
he will yeah he cares about everyone. It doesn't matter. So I feel like yeah that's kind of
Would
where
would
what
you,
I'm
would you
thinking.
would you like a possible suggestion of a spell that could be used in this scene, or like a way to
Oh
frame this scene?
sure, I don't think I've cast a spell yet, so yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to.
Perhaps if you are trying to provide shelter to some of these miscreants, you could be looking at the construction of architecture. To
Whoa.
kind of make some kind of like hidden alcove or some kind of safe place or hideout.
Whoa. That's so cool. So like a some sort of like secret secret fifth room. I really
Hmm.
like that actually. Yeah. Thank you for the suggestion. I don't know the spell book as well as you do, so yeah, I appreciate that. Creation of architecture. Magical home, tower, village, or other piece of architecture which may serve as the home of himself or others.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do we want to, while
That
I
is cool.
refamiliarize this with my spell, between the two of you, Eclipse and Sasha, maybe frame the scene or start to begin it?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, let me I need to figure out a way to have different characters on screen for the breeding thing, which is really tricky. So for now, I'll just have Zephyrus on screen with this. Um, but yeah. So, uh, I guess I'll ask you like, where are you where are you trying to protect these scamps and illegal you know, illegal folks, crime doing folks.
You know what? Since my other problem this month that has to do with the kitchen, I think that I'm gonna just have them in like a little cellar that's like in an
Yeah.
impossible space between the kitchen and the basement.
Yeah, that's
So they
fair.
have, which is also nice because it's like you don't have to leave, right? If you're right next to the kitchen, you have food and water.
Mhm.
Yeah, you got maybe like this like it's like a group of maybe like I think maybe a dozen a bit more folks, a lot of them kids, or like 16, 17 year olds.
Yeah, I
The
imagine that the kind of people who like sought my help, who like came to me and were like, "Hey, there's some shit going on. We might get, you know, we might we might have the wizard cops called on us."
Yeah.
I feel like those people are going to be more of like the marginalized folk, the people who kind of like come to me a lot
Mhm.
anyway.
There's like a 19-year-old with like short, kind of spiky red hair, who calls himself Bandit Boggins. He's kind of their leader. Um,
I love Bandit Boggins.
yeah. Um, and he's kind of like flitting around nervously and says, "Wiz, we're not gonna be safe in here forever. It's starting to be a problem."
It's getting too cramped in here.
We need to stretch our legs. I mean, we appreciate the safe harbor, but we we gotta do something. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I'm freaking out, Boggins.
Wait,
Uh,
what? What's happening? Wait, sorry, I'm really confused.
They're all just talking about.
Yeah, you know, you're in this like cellar with these crime doers, these kids.
Is this the scene where I cast a spell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. if you'd like
Oh,
to.
oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like also kind of trying to read this spell that I have.
I have it. So when you want to start casting the spell, I can guide you through it.
Yeah, we're just kind of teeing you up. You know, they need a new HQ, and you're eyeing that spell. So
I think I could do this at personal import.
It would
'Cause, like-
absolutely be a personal import. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't think the structure needs to be huge. I think it's like, I think the size of a home is like generous, actually.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay. Consult with. Okay, I'll do earth. I will probably do this with earth. For building materials. I feel like it's gonna be made of stone because my buildings are all made of stone. Exterior. Each symbol. Each symbol adds a new. Oh.
So the key thing is if you roll 2 Jupiters, you get like a separate effect rather than a normal spell where only one of a symbol would count. So they can kind of like
Whoa.
stack up. And this is important for treasures because in some cases you might want to work on a treasure over the course of many months, and then you could keep adding on symbols. But for this, we'll just be doing the one roll, it seems.
Whoa, this is so cool. Wait, I'm looking at this list. This is so cool.
It's very
so cool. This is so cool. It's
crafting
like
magic is really
like
delightful.
What's the symbol at the bottom? The triangle with the plus? Is that Lilith?
That's sulfur, that's the devil.
Oh, sulfur.
The idea being the more import a spell you cast, the bigger the dice, so you can roll more symbols, but the highest symbol is the devil, which is bad. So it's like a risk and reward thing if you're rolling a powerful spell.
I love the magic system in this game. It's so fucking sick.
yeah,
It's really cool. It's really
I-
cool.
I also believe that you have something to do with personal spells, don't you? You've a Hierophant special, do you not?
Oh, I do? Personal.
It might-
Whenever you
it might
cast a
be
spell
under-
of
yep.
personal import, roll plus 2d6, then choose 1d6 and remove its symbol from consultation.
So you get 2
Oh.
additional dice, and you can remove one.
Oh, wait, that's cool for me because I feel like my character. That makes a lot of sense with my character. I feel like I would be spending a lot of time casting personal spells to help people out.
All right. So what is your
Okay,
Earth?
I'm gonna cast-
Circle?
What, huh?
What is your Earth circle then? For the number.
Circle?
Oh, so your stat you're rolling with Earth. And
Yeah.
you should have a number for that up the top of your sheet.
Oh, wait, it's 1. Sorry, I didn't understand what circle meant.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah.
Circle element, interchangeable. So you'll be rolling these with 3d6, I believe, and then dropping one of your choice.
okay.
Okay.
And also, before we roll, just so you're aware, if you would like to perhaps roll with a different symbol and just use those materials, that is perfectly within your right. You don't have to be too careful about this in this circumstance, I don't think.
Wait, sorry, can you say that again? I don't understand.
If you would like to perhaps roll with water, or fire, if one of those things is a higher number, and then it's
And I can look at the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If I make this a water structure, then I start with 3, so I would roll 5 dice?
Yes, you'd roll 5 dice to remove 1.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. That seems like a good trade-off.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll those on the 3D die. So 1,
Where is...
2,
Sorry.
3, 4, 5. It's the thing that I'm shrimming.
Oh, sorry, I'm not
So
looking at it.
Jupiter, 2 null, and a Venus. So I'll post those in the chat real quick.
Okay, so I can disregard a null.
You can disregard a null, yeah.
Okay, so I have 2 Jupiters and a Venus. And then, wow, these
I've
dice
just
look really
posted
cool.
them in the Discord chat.
Yeah.
These are the qualities of your structure.
Oh, I don't get to choose?
No, this would be so. For example, you've rolled 1 Venus, so you get the Venus effect
Oh.
for 1, and then say you roll 2 Jupiter, so you get the both Jupiter 1 and Jupiter 2.
Oh, they like stack. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay. So I don't choose.
And now you can choose if you'd like to continue with casting the spell, or you can make it fizzle if it was horribly bad. But this seems quite nice.
Wait. Sorry. Wait. What do you mean continue casting the spell?
So in some, this is maybe not important right now, but in some circumstances where maybe you rolled something that you didn't like, you could choose to not go forward with casting the spell after consulting the dice.
Oh, okay.
But over in the Discord chat, I have that should be, if you would like to read them out, maybe.
Oh, okay. So I rolled 2 Jupiter and 1 Venus. So I get Jupiter 1, which is the building has a hearth, which is always lit and comforting to sit by. And I get Jupiter 2, which is the building has a kitchen, inside which there is always enough food and dishes. And I have Venus 1, which is the building has a master bedroom, inside of which the bed is always made, and clothes and decorations have been prepared to suit whoever sleeps there. This is pretty good for me because the one that I really wanted was the building has a kitchen. So yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that is great.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Thank you for helping me cast a spell.
Wahoo.
No worries.
All right.
As enter a librarian, it is my task.
True.
Let's go back to Hierophant.
Yeah, and then going back to my scene, I feel like I can do like I feel like we could do like a shot of like the space kind of like wiggling around and like expanding, kind of like it's a giant creature, kind of like, you know how in Howl's Moving Castle when they do like the house redesign like 2/3 of the way into the movie, and it's like, oh, we have a courtyard. It's like that.
Hell yeah.
And so there's like a little closet. There's like a little closet in the kitchen. It's like a little pantry, and usually when people open it, it just leads to the pantry. But if it's opened by someone who has the special password, um, which is honeysuckle. If you have the special password, then the door actually opens into a chamber that is the aforementioned chamber with the hearth and the kitchen and the bedroom, and it is the size of a home.
Fuck yeah.
Delightful.
Yeah. The house.
The house.
Awesome.
So then I think, and then because I committed a token to this problem, it goes down from a rank 2 to a rank 1 problem. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can maybe check in on this problem next month and commit another
But
token.
the important thing is you've cast a spell, and those allow you to kind of bend the rules a little bit. And if kind of maybe we as a celestial audience consider that like this problem may have been fully resolved, it could completely vanish. But I think that's up for the.
I don't think this problem will be
audience.
fully resolved.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think we will want to revisit it next month.
I think this is the kind of, if I may, as the celestial audience, I think that one of the consequences is probably going to be that the problem of the thieving otter gang is going to get worse.
Why?
Because you're hiding them from the authority.
Well, what do you mean worse? That's a very charged word.
As in, well, it's going to move from rank 1 to rank 2. Like this is like
No, I don't think so, because notably the thing here is these are being protected, right? And this is some of the Otter gang. This is some other people who are kind of suffering from the overreach. These are people who are kind of at risk from this kind of cracking down. Right?
Also, I just want to say that like the thieving otter gang is definitely a problem for you, but it's not the same problem for me, I don't think.
Oh, I'm sorry. I assume that like the thing that are on your board are like problems for you, and that you offloaded that responsibility on me because you didn't want to deal with it. That's what we discussed at the last Wizard Moot.
Retroactively, if it was offloaded to you, doesn't that mean that it gets taken off of the Hierophant's board entirely?
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm just like I'm just looking at the board and I'm saying there's thieving.
So if you were to lend out a problem in that sense, the thing that will probably be happening in game terms would be Neil would be spending a token on this board to resolve the problem. Notably, the thing that is happening in this scene is we are dealing with the issue of the King's Guard cracking down on illegal activities. That is a problem that intersects with the Hierophant's domain of the common people of Isha, is being dealt with. The overzealous cracking down is being dealt with by providing safe harbor to some who might be suffering from that.
Yeah, I do also think from a play perspective, like I think we should try and avoid when someone does a thing, introducing consequences that interact on the same lever. Like
100%, yeah.
That is fair, yeah.
Especially on the same issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, if you moved one of your like someone in the courts somewhere, I don't think it would be good to then say like, okay, someone else moves immediately in a way that counteracts that.
No, that's completely fair. It's just that like in this case, like that's like I was not first of all, I was not saying that's what happened.
No,
I was like
know.
thinking,
No, I'm just
then why?
Yeah.
I guess
I'm
I'm also
suggesting
a
it-
little. I guess I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
And like the reason why I'm suggesting it is like I'm curious. Like I'm not sure I understand what like how that part of the Hierophant works. And that my understanding is that like if it's there is that it means that the thieving otter gang is a problem for the common people of Isha.
So
Like-
the thing here, I think, is the problem we are specifically dealing with again is the cracking down on illegal activities. That phrased as a problem for the Hierophant, I think we've interpreted as being like overzealous outreach, right?
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
I guess I'm
That's
also-
like that's a separate thing. I'm just like wanted to know if that's what like separately from the incident, if that is what this means.
Can we
Because
be like-
And
there
also
seems-
notably, I think, sorry, there it may be worth pointing out that the Hierophant providing care to these people may be another axis by which that makes them not a problem for the common folk.
I see. Yeah, no, that's also
because
fair.
we like the Hierophant, we like their people, we like the temples.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. This is also my first time playing the game, so that's why I'm
It's good to
trying to
clarify
understand.
things, yeah.
Absolutely.
I guess I'm just also confused why you think that this would make the thieving otter game problem worse. I think it would not make it worse. I don't understand that at all.
I mean, the reason why is that like if the thieving otter gang, like, so the reasoning, right, is that my assuming again. I'm assuming that if the thieving otter gang is on that board is because their presence and acts are a problem to the common people of Isha. So I'm thinking that like if they are protected and hidden and have a better hideout, they would be like, better at doing the things that is a problem for the common people of Isha. Like that's literally my only thing. But then again, just a suggestion. Like if you don't want to roll with it, you're a grown-ass woman.
Okay.
I do also think that there's an element of this that's like my sense with the intent in making a home for these thieves, or not necessarily thieves, these criminals, is like it's not making a home base for them to do crimes out of. It's giving them, I guess like a safe harbor, and then also like better material conditions so they don't need to do crime.
That's what I was thinking too. Is like, why are the thieving otter gang resorting to thievery? Probably because their needs aren't met.
Oh no, yeah, that's
and
completely
so
fair.
My domain is like helping people meet their needs. That's what we kind of just talked about my like personal spells.
No, yeah, of course, absolutely. I'm just surprised that you take an interest in it now, since you offloaded the problem to Neil last time. Is also like my confusion here.
I think these are separate.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah, like I think by being separate issues on the board, they're separate problems. But I think we've uh gone on this enough. We should take a break. I think. How do we feel about
Yeah.
taking 5?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that sounds good.
Cool. All right. We will be back in 5 minutes, which will be the middle of the hour. And yeah, see
2:30.
y'all in a little bit. Hello, everybody. Look up here. I'm the little head with the wobbly mouth. We are back. Um, it is the warlock's turn. It's Neil's turn.
Indeed. On this turn, the warlock will turn to the orrery to move Saturn clockwise. Because the king's shit is like causing problem for everyone. This needs to stop as fast as possible, and this is like, I mean, this is a slow and like this will will still be a problem, but it will be a problem for less long if Neil hurries the process along.
Cool. Have you already turned it, or do you want to turn it on the?
I did not want to overstep.
Go ahead. I want to watch it rotate. Smiles. Yay!
Rotating the orrery. Anyway, this does it for that week.
Hell yeah. Okay. Next up is the Mariner.
Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get on my ship with my boys, and we're gonna spend some time doing what the boys love to do. And make booze. We're gonna harvest the kelp and the fruits of the kelp in the little kelp farm I've made for myself in the... what is the place called? In the furthest reaches. Yes, it's raining. Yes, everyone is miserable, but we're making booze, so it's okay. Then we're going to ferment the booze. And I'm going to stow away a handful of them of barrels as a gift.
Yeah.
It's dudes rock.
Dudes rock.
Dudes rock. Okay, is that you?
Yeah.
Cool. Next up is the Faustian.
Hello. In the interest of doing the smallest thing first, I'm going to spend some time with my companion who has been affected by the isolation, who specifically is my acting troupe.
Aww.
And, kind of, I think we're going to do some improv games, just like, bring everyone's energy back in line, make sure we're all good. And they will once again be caring for me.
Yay.
Hell yeah. Okay. So that brings us on to the me, the sorcerer. It's a me, the sorcerer. um so
That's pretty funny.
yeah. I'm gonna do a thing. And that thing is going to be I guess through the Faustian streams, giving the devil a dream. I want that devil dreaming. And so yeah, Sleepyhead is going to send the devil a vision, and I will tell you what that vision is in a second because I need to determine something.
I'm also going to determine what the devil even looks like in their dreams. That's an interesting question.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
I think can I offer a suggestion while you're considering?
Yes.
I think maybe how this is working is, and we don't have to care about the why and the who of who this is, but I think the axis by which you are performing this is you are invading the dreams of someone the devil is influencing right now, and like kind of hitting them that way, right?
Yeah, that's fun. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so it's devil time. Yeah. This person, I think like this like terrified young woman has a dream that like the devil is party to. And the devil has to like explain this to this woman. the devil sees a great wheel turning over the world and crushing millions and millions of people underfoot. And it's scary. It's like there's screaming and like just people are being turned to a fine red mist. And then the dream is over. And the devil has to explain this to the person they're tormenting. And that's what I do. Smiles.
I think is a meaningless but aesthetically cool consequence. I think the person when ends up dead, looks up dead.
Good. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay.
Yes, the meaningless lives of Isha.
Wizard
I'm
voice.
working on my skill.
Wizard mindset.
Necromancer.
Oh, yeah. Let's go rebuff King Morag. Let's go do that. Lore recap for people who didn't catch the first episode. Kind of the necromancer's mechanic here is we have the foes of death. They are trying to emerge through these gates, and Vega is trying to stuff them back in, like when you haven't taken your trash out in too long. So he's gonna stomp on down to the third gate where King Morag is. He is going to very coolly and sexily rebuff him with his giant scythe. And then he is going to wonder why he isn't less scared of him still every single time he does this.
God. Send him to hell.
Send him a little deeper into hell.
Send him into the depths.
He's been chilling with the Wicker Hag for 2 months. I hope they're having fun.
Good. Okay. Anything else? Is that it?
Nope, that's it for rebuffing. I also think the other flavor note here is Vega is discovering that it was really exciting to be coming along with his mentor to do this and like shattering because I get to go to death. I get to traverse through the gates of death. And now that it's his job and he has to do it every month, he's like, oh, it's not cool. It's not fun. I have to spend an entire week trudging out here for, well, not 5 seconds of work. I'm sure it's a very, very cool and flavorful battle, but he's starting to realize this is going to be every month for the rest of his life. And I don't know how stoked he is about this.
God. Okay. Hierophant.
Hello. It is my turn again.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. When should I put my use tokens back on my name?
You can. As long as you clean up by the end.
Okay. Just have to clean up after myself. Okay. I will spend my token on. I'll spend my token on violent conflict between two farmers. I think these two guys are probably a little. I think that they got a little bit heated after having the having the Hierophant like called in to solve their problem. They're like, "Ugh, this guy sucks." So I think that I am going to simply teleport one of their domains far away from the other.
Awesome.
Can I just, like, bye.
Move somewhere else.
You will both be punished.
Leave my fucking house.
I will, yeah, so I was just gonna move their plots of land. I'm just gonna, like, rearrange it like a little Carcassonne board. And just, like, move their little plots of land far away from each other.
Rough 'em.
Yeah, that's my turn. I think I'm gonna resolve this problem.
Cool. Oh, I'm getting
Yippee.
train sounds. Apologies for that. Imagine there's just
I
a train running
honestly-
through Isha.
Babe, I fucking love your
should be.
train sounds. It makes me feel like very like comforted.
Aw.
Wow, the autistic girl loves trains.
Listen,
I'm so
who among
surprised.
us can say they don't listen to train sounds to fall asleep?
When she locks my war, I kneel. It's the warlock's turn. She's locking out my war until I kneel.
You better. You better. No, the warlock is going to have a normal one, and spend some time meditating. And out of a coincidence, for some reason, there's a ram with him. Um, People looking onto this would probably describe this as like, oh, they're spending quality time with each other. To which the two entities would deny that they're having like a good time, a nice time, sitting on the side of the hill, contemplating the Halcyon Isle. They would deny that fact very vehemently, and nonetheless, and yet. And thus, the wizard will have +1 to fire for the warlock will have +1 fire for the remaining of the month by having spent quality time with the undead ram, which he hates. Or does
Yay. Oh, sorry. Awesome.
Yay!
Okay. Next up is the Mariner.
Yeah.
What's going on with the seas?
Doing some work to get a new trade route to the orrery. I don't want my friend, Sleepyhead, to go hungry.
I appreciate this. I really do.
Smiles.
Thank you. Okay. Faustian.
No problem, friend.
That's librarian. Faustian.
All right. I think what I'm going to do now is meet that guy, as the popular game show would say it. I'm joking. This is a lie. Yeah, I'm gonna meet the person who wishes to meet with me.
They. Let me remind myself who this was.
Glowing skin, rags, I believe. I could be mistaken.
Yeah, they just say a lot of moon shit. It's not important. Like, listen, you dealt with it. It's fine.
Fantastic.
All right. And then me. So, I'm going to give someone else a dream, and that is going to be the the younger daughter of the royal court. And I will determine what that dream is in a moment here. Let's say. Oh ho ho ho. Okay. They have the queen's the younger daughter has a, well, one might describe as a cartoonish and bumbling dream where they're just like falling off of cliffs and like bashing their head into rocks and like, you know, floating on little bits of driftwood in the ocean, like somehow still surviving. And eventually the dream just ends and the younger daughter's fine. But it is strange and perhaps puts them in a certain state of mind. So yeah. Let me Okay. Necromancer.
Okay. The final thing that Vega is doing this month is he is not meeting the Soren cultists. He is getting one of his nuns to tell the Soren cultists that he's very, very busy and there's so many corpses and he just can't do it this month. And instead he is going to lie face down on the floor and complain with his companion, Erebus, who is his best friend, which is kind of sad because he's also kind of his nanny. Erebus is a lich who has been serving whoever was in the necromancer position for as long as anyone can remember. He's this jewel-encrusted skeleton who's a little finicky but loves his job. And Vega's going to do his favorite thing, which is lying on the floor and bitching and moaning and complaining about. I don't want to talk to the cultists. I don't want to go to the wizard moot this month. I don't want to go back to the gate. I got to go back to the gates and I got to talk to Soren. I don't want to fucking talk to Soren. And everybody's really mean to me and nobody appreciates me. except for the nuns. He pointedly does not say
Mhm.
Erebus, who's sitting there, listening nicely to him. But that's Vega's week, is a week of bitching on the floor.
That's
Amazing.
awesome.
Love that. Okay. Up next is the Hierophant. God, I wish I could do this in one click. There we go.
Hello. It is my
Hello.
turn yet again. I will be using my remaining token to check up on the temple maintenance, or the temple kitchen maintenance again. That's what I'm doing.
Yay.
Sorry. Yeah. And yeah, I think it's a good time for another montage. I think
Yes.
that I think that this might be a good time to like have Willow hair in the shot again. We're hanging out. We're working on our little projects, and I think that I think Willowhair also kind of like staying in the new little place that I've opened up. I think just because it's kind of like farther away from everything. You know, like one of the things that I've established about her
Yes.
earlier is that she really does not fuck with my whole wizard thing. She kind of wishes I was more of a normal dad.
Aw.
So yeah. Yeah, that's my turn. And I'm going to resolve my kitchen maintenance problem. Or yeah, I'm gonna resolve my kitchen maintenance problem.
Yay.
Yahoo!
Yahoo.
Thanks for tuning in to the Hierophant Hour.
Okay. Next is the Warlock.
Well, it is time for the Neil scene. Neil is going to deal with the Otter Gang. So, as promised to Vega, Neil will, you know, take his boat, dress in the finest jewels and zilks of the court, appearing as a woman because it is bad luck to have a wizard on a boat. So
Also
he's
bad luck
disguising
to be a
himself.
woman.
Sorry, what?
It's also bad luck to be a woman on a boat.
You're not. You're okay. So Neil is going to dress as a man. Then is going to dress as a man and have like the fun, but still on the finest zilks and jewels. And as the court requires, as the role of the of the court requires. And the question is, the question.
Sasha, you're singing on mic.
Oh shit! I'm so.
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. This. What was I saying? Yeah, right. Yeah. So the question that I have is whether or not Vega is with Neil, because Neil is there to save Vega's sister. If I'm remembering right, and as a result, like probably could use the help of Vega in identifying the exact tether in which the sister resides. Alternatively,
Vega
like
has informed you that his sister is in an incense burner. Also lore reminder for people who missed the first one. Vega's sister is dead. The sister that we are retrieving is dead. She's in an incense burner that will be smoking regardless. It probably got snatched up with other treasures that got stolen, and maybe they didn't know what they had. But I do think that Vega is remaining on the floor at home for this. He's not
Extremely.
coming.
Could I still have like one of the nuns of the Graven Isles, if only to like both for Vega to have a witness, but also to not have to haul ass by himself to the Graven Isle when one of your flunkies can do it?
Yeah, he'll send you two. He'll send you two of his really beefy ones. He's gonna send Sister Asphyxia and Sister Head Trauma.
This is so Gideon the Ninth.
I know.
I see. I understand now.
I love that. This is awesome.
So so of course the big beefy nuns are likewise the like disguised and made up by the courtiers that flock about the heir of House Cornsong in order to, pass on the ship. And Neil is going to grant the petty thieves' request and allow them the honor of his presence before them. Arriving on a wonderfully gaudy, tacky ass, but no one could say broke ship. Just a massive war galleon packed to the brim with scorpion ballistas, Greek fire pumps, and of course, just like a whole bunch of uh, soldiers on board. The mighty red hand of House Konsang. And so we sail towards the outer gang's respite. So what happens? Who will tell me what they want?
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Molly is having having issues, which
The wrong
like
one.
I feel like Molly would be appropriate for this. Actually,
I agree.
So.
I mean, chains. This feels like chains.
Hello.
This
Yeah.
feels like change.
Hi, Molly.
My Discord just crashed and I just got back to hear my name. I was summoned. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yes. So Neil, to make a long story short, Neil shows up in the massive warlock boat with the the red hands with his boys to grant the other gang's request an audience with him. What happens? And like we're like, I think this is a chain keeper situation.
And to be clear, is this a scene?
Yes, this is a scene.
Then I would probably say for that to be played out first, and then we decide the consequences from that.
Oh yeah, no. The question is like, I would like you to play them. Like,
Oh,
so,
I see.
because I feel that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Unless maybe they're more closer to common folk of Asia, in which case maybe the Hierophant. Like,
I think if anything, I would probably defer to the Starkeeper on this eclipse if you're okay with that. Specifically, just because I don't think I have a good beat on this scene right now.
Yeah, to me, I think these are a threat in the sense that these are a threat to the great degree that makes this a chainkeeper, Faustian.
They do have one of the sister of the necromancer.
And to be clear, they were generated by the Devil Deck, right?
Yeah.
This is just purely as a like playing them out thing. All right, then I'm happy to do that.
Alrighty.
So to set the scene, right? To whichever meeting location they agreed upon, the wizard pulls out in with great fanfare, and probably with aces up his sleeves, but pulls out like, because he was disguised through the journey to prevent the fairies from causing bad luck. He will reveal himself once he arrives to avert such fate.
Mm-hmm. You are brought before Dissolve Destiny, who is the Queen of Thieves, and ruler is a harsh word, leader of the Otter Gang.
Neil will stand silently for he is in all things her superior, and therefore she should speak first.
Mm-hmm. I think there's definitely a moment of like recognition that this should probably be approached by some formality, which is not a skill set this person would normally have, right?
Yeah.
So takes a minute. Thank you for coming. So, lately, it seems that we have come to blows quite a bit. We have not been unaware of the king's forces cracking down on the people in response to us. Now, one moment, sorry there. So before you, the incense burner containing the ghost of the sister?
Yes.
Is brought before you. With 2 armed guards. I am very happy to give this to you. I am very happy to offer this to you. The one condition being that we are allowed to scale down this operation, maybe disperse a little bit, and find a path forward that doesn't revolve in any bloodshed.
Neil is going to stare her down for a while. He is measuring her. He is pondering and measuring and like weighing the words of his fellow wizards as he considers her offer. As we last wizard moot, Neil was asked to deal with this, but Neil is not so arrogant to consider himself the first and last line of defense of Isha.
Mm-hmm.
On other than from a purely pragmatic point of view, right? He's got the army, he's got the cops essentially, and he's got the most destructive magic power at his immediate disposal. However, he did ask for counsel. When he asked the Hierophant for counsel, as these were common folks of Isha, to which the Hierophant offered no counsel and had nothing to say. So he is kind of empty on that front. What he gathers from this was that no one will miss them. The sorcerer advised against bloodshed. Sleepyhead has the deepest respect from Neil, and as a result, Neil considers that. However, he did not offer much in the way of arguments. Dennis seemed easygoing either way, and then there are the words of the one who is absent today, our librarian Orm the Old, who said that people used to fear wizards. People used to be afraid of them. And when he sees that woman making such a generous offer, what Neil sees is an occasion. And he says, very well, I am willing to entertain your proposal. However, pray tell, cunning Queen of Thieves, how might I trust you? Trust that you will, in fact, be scaling down, to use your words, and not just go into hiding, where the king will not be able to reach for you as you terrorize the folks of Isha further.
Well, and like very clearly, you're getting the impression that this person is scared of you in a way that maybe even if another wizard showed up, like there is this a presence that you have, right, that is like shaking something in them, and they're not used to it.
I mean, yeah, Neil is,
Yeah.
20 feet tall and clad in full armor with horns and has a giant axe. Like,
Yeah.
and also armed guards and a ship with guns. Like,
The first thing I would say to that is if we were to truly go into hiding to a point where we would have any hope of actually avoiding your gaze, I'm sure that would mean we wouldn't be terrorizing anyone. I have no doubt that you'd be able to find us. I suppose my question is, what do you want from us to signify that trust?
oh, well, I see that you wield the flattery of your kind quite well, woman. You call yourself queen, you said. Well, you have made yourself a realm of bandits. And see, us of noble blood are willing to shed it. And I posit you this: will you die for the life of those under you?
There's a moment where you can very clearly tell she's considering if this is metaphor or literal, right? And whatever, like, a vestige of actual courage, like, there's a moment where you can tell kind of her, like, for lack of a better term, base programming is, like, reverting back into, like, who she kind of naturally is. Yeah, yes.
Very well. I will now present you the tools of your execution. Neil places the axe that is his pact fragment over the ground and makes a grand sweeping gesture. This axe has taken 20,715 lives. It will take yours. Behind the turned backs of everyone in this room but you and I will face you and I will devour every single inch of your body. And you get to decide whether you are alive during this process, because you have made my job so very easy. I am willing to offer you the kindness of this edge. I can take your head before doing what I will do to you. You will thus spare your men your cries of pain. But not, of course, the delectation of my feast.
I have a thought here. Let me know what you think about this, Molly. I kind of feel like some of the other thieves would start getting on rowboats and trying to leave. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if they believe Neil, and I think you can probably see this happening.
I think there are some people who would, like, there are some people who would stay, right? You know what I mean? But, like, that is a, you know, a minor part of a bigger whole.
Yeah, there are definitely
Yeah,
thieves
and
fleeing.
I think in reaction to that, like some of Neil's red hands would, start shuffling, but like just a single movement of Neil's fingers just has them like stop. As many puppets whose strings have been pulled taut. And I think If we are edging on the line, shall we take a few minutes to maybe
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
This
take a-
I'll verbalize this because this is something in sentence chat just as a note. Actually, Eclipse, how much do you want to verbalize this? I'll defer to you on this as
This
our
is up to
Mistresses
you.
ceremonies.
Entirely up to you.
Yeah.
I think
So just to be clear, just for the sake of there are people watching in the audience. This is rubbing up on the line slightly for me. Are we suicide and forcing someone to kind of decide like that kind of fate for themselves, right?
if we can simply, I think, end the scene here, because regardless of the choice, I think she dies, right? Like, and at this point, I don't
Yeah,
think we need to discuss it further.
I
Plus, you know,
think I would like that. I think that'd be the best path forward.
Yeah, that's perfect.
yeah, Neil has been a horrible man. The censor is retrieved, and yeah,
Neil.
like the essential story beats have been met.
Yeah. I have a question for you. Before we do whether the celestial audience is satisfied. Do you feel as if you've ignored the wisdom of the sorcerer?
I think not, because originally, Neil's plan was to just kill everyone. Like, it would have made for a good example, but I think like this is Neil's way of exercising restraint.
Yeah, towing the line.
Just
Okay.
like not even towing the line, because like Neil genuinely respects Sleepyhead and is like, I want to do this in a way that does minimize bloodshed. But Neil is a fascist. Like, I want just to have that like play. Neil is a fascist authoritarian murderer who thinks that the only way to keep people in line is with fear, and that anything else is an illusion. Because he's a fascist, clearly, just to be clear.
Yeah.
And like, he thinks that like he also believes these people to just be murderers and people who deserve to die. But at the very least, if he kills only one of them, they probably will not kill any more people within the islands of Asia. And also the problem will be solved. Everything will be fine because Neil is a good dude. Yeah, that's the mindset is really like, I have exercised restraint from total murder to one murder.
Yeah. Good.
Because the sorcerer is smart and I should listen to him.
Yay. Is the celestial audience satisfied?
I have
So, yeah.
celestial audience thoughts.
Ooh.
Because my celestial audience role is anything that has to do with death. And in Isha, all bodies go to the Graven Isle, and they are prepared by the Graven nuns, and everybody is interred in the catacombs that stretch down endlessly beneath the Graven Isle. And I think perhaps this overlaps with the Hierophant's domain, or maybe with the Faustian, given that the Otter Gang was a consequence. But I think that the Otter Gang would be enraged by the fact that the body was eaten, because it means that her body cannot be prepared at the Graven Isle the way it's meant to.
Here's I actually have two thoughts about this, right? Because as the Faustian and as the Keeper of Consequences, thinking about it, I think there is absolutely at least one consequence of this, being that there is going to be a new foe of death.
Yes.
Well,
not yes. That's bad for me, but
yeah,
but
it's cool though. This like pirate queen, right? This vengeful pirate queen, I think, is going to appear, lurking somewhere within death. I'm going to say, looking over at the gates real quick.
Can I add?
Go on.
Can I add insult to this injury? Slightly, just specifically at Vega.
Sure.
Neil does not eat everything. Neil leaves the bone because, like, but because Neil only is hungry for human flesh. And so Neil will take some time to send the bones back and send them back in a very, very pretty box to Vega as a gift. This is
You could even
heartfelt
just
and
give it
sincere.
to the. Oh, I'm very loud there for some reason. You could give it to the sisters, because they're with you. You've got two of the nuns.
Yes, but like what I'm saying is that he is taking some time to prepare a pretty box.
Oh, okay. We're
Yeah,
gift packaging.
I
We're
I
basketing.
think
He's-
I,
he-
I,
he's
I
gonna
think
give-
regardless. Sorry.
He's gonna give it to Vega during the moot. Actually, I think that's what we're gonna do.
Mhm. As a note, I think regardless, specifically the nature of this is a violent death and the like obvious, like really fun beat of having a specifically anti-wizard like foe of death, like someone who died from this, right, as a consequence, right? I do like the idea of this being a foe of death created as a consequence.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun.
And I think it makes a lot of sense because the other lore thing I was gonna say, with death and how death is handled on Isha is that generally what's supposed to happen with the preparation of the bodies and stuff is you're trying to completely annihilate that person's identity, and that they're supposed to move on from memory and be unrecognizable, and the catacombs are all unlabeled, and that's why foes of death and also the guardians of the gates of death are all named. It's because they still
Mhm.
have identities. And so I think potentially one of the reasons this foe of death emerges is because all of the members of the Otter Gang are keeping her memory alive and refuse to allow
Yeah.
that part of the process to happen.
You
Yeah,
made a
she's being-
murder.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. That's exactly
Now-
like as a player, that's what I wanted. As Neil, Neil is like, how could this happen?
Now,
People
for
care
our
about
dear
each other?
necromancer, I do have a question. As a knower of the gates of death, do you have a inkling of where it might be fun for them to end up? Because otherwise, I may just pop them in the deep gate. I think.
It would actually be cool, and I'm just creating problems for myself, but that's because I love problems. If she showed up at the glass gate, because Soren, Vega has been neglecting the fact that Soren is not in good shape to guard that gate right now. So I think it's just fun to create that problem for him.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Problems. Yippee!
Okay.
I think in death as well. One last note. I think as a foe, she's going to be referred to as the Tide of Tithes.
Ooh,
I love that.
That's really good.
love that. Okay. Are we good to go for Mariner?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Mariner time.
So, this is my scene. I am going to sail with my crew and my Selkie over to the Halcyon Isles on behalf of a request of a friend.
Indeed. Neil will.
Neil is notably not here.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Gotcha.
saying this because you didn't put your star on it, so they aren't here.
Well,
Is that how that works?
not really.
Yeah.
Is that? Hang on.
That's how it worked last time.
No, it didn't. Like you were in a scene with Vega.
Yeah, because I put my star there.
Okay, let's look at the rule book.
Yeah.
So, you can place your scene. Let's see if you performing this action. Place, once... Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, you're good.
You can place the star on any of your own tokens in order to play out the scene of you performing this action. And the star. It does seem that the idea is supposed to be that a star is on someone else's domain for an interaction, but like I don't think it's necessarily the end of the world if like we discuss
What's the specific thing here?
So yeah, Dennis is doing a scene on the Halcyon Isle.
Yeah.
and is saying that because I didn't put a star on the Halcyon Isle, I cannot be in that scene with him.
That is how my
Yes.
understanding of that
I
works.
believe so.
Gotcha.
Because previously, when Vega was visiting the Otters, I had to use my star on Vega to show up in that scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Okay,
this is
that's
correct,
not
yeah.
okay. That's okay. Good to know. To be clear, also, if that had not been the case, but you just didn't want Neil around, that was also perfect.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You can obviously fill in as any other kind of member of the court, as is your kind of jurisdiction, as the Throne Keeper or the Crown Keeper.
This is your place, after all.
What's going on with Neil, or Dennis?
So, Dennis is at, like, the front of the aisle, wherever that might be. He has his crew with a number of, barrels of, kelp ale.
So there would be people waiting for you at the harbor.
Yes, good. So
there would be there would be a small procession of servants led by the warlock's nurse.
good. So kind of walks up to her and is like, "So Neil asked me to grow an orchard for him. Can you show me where?"
The nurse is this very stately woman. Clearly has like nobility, just like about everything about her just speaks to old nobility, to like old power that has waned. She holds herself very straight, but she is clearly extremely tired and put upon. And she simply like nods and gestures for you to follow her.
Yeah, I'll follow.
And as you go, she signs to you to explain the overall project of the orchards. That is for apples, supposed to make some cider. Her understanding is that the master wishes to share the spoils of that cider with you, and to lead both of your crews in drinking contests.
Yeah, something like that.
And she will lead you to the plot of land that Neil has clearly seeded and lovingly upturned with his bare hands. Like the fields are plowed and surround the Halcyon Keep, this cruel tower of sharp steel in a ring of dirt and greenery.
Huh, not a lot of space, huh?
I mean, you are on the second biggest island.
Yeah. I think Dennis is very obviously like fidgety here, like around nobility. As he's kinda doing his prepping for a spell. Um yeah, let's figure out that spell, librarian.
Yeah, I guess
Substitute librarian.
me and Molly are kind of the effective substitute
Yeah.
librarian. So what spell are you casting?
Where is it? Is it still a thing?
We're
It's like
flunking down like little birds. Is it?
Cultivating flora, I believe.
cultivating flora. Yeah, where is that?
Cultivating flora.
Page
Yes,
59 on
equilibrium.
Yes, got it.
There we are.
Okay.
Okay.
So personal import for a single plant, arcane for a field, mighty for an entire forest, mythic for anything more. This feels like arcane, maybe, because of the...
Yeah.
You're making a field, it's an orchard.
Yeah, a little
This
orchard.
tracks to me as arcane, yeah.
Yeah. Fires for
And
plants...
it's-
Yes, sir.
And this being an orchard, I would suggest, but like hearing, input on this being fire. So
Yeah,
plants
it's a
domesticated by
flower.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's.
Well, I mean, that's like, it's a
No, I think this makes sense.
yeah.
And it could be fire or earth. I think earth also works.
They're the same for me at the moment, so
Okay.
Well, 601, hope it doesn't do the other.
Yeah, let's go fire. It's an
yeah.
orchard. It's inherently domesticated, I think.
Yeah.
Set
So
how many
that'll
you got?
be 2 dice.
Okay. And these are arcanes. They're d8s. Let's see. You got a Null and a Jupiter.
And Jupiter. Do. The plant cheerfully and excitedly grows in size according to the wizard's vision and will remain that way as if it's its new natural form.
Hell yeah.
Cool, the trees are just there now.
Is your special an effect on
Trees.
this?
Oh,
You
what
roll an
is
additional
my-
die the same import, because you're the only Wizard of the Pact present.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So let's roll one.
Yeah, roll me another d8.
That is that one. I forget what that's. I don't know my symbols. Venus?
The plant
That's
is beautiful.
Venus and Jupiter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plant is beautiful, covered in gorgeous growths and flower, and the fruit produced by such plants will be delicious.
Yay.
Dennis.
Dennis!
Dennis!
Awesome.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'll take that.
Hell yeah. Throw that away. Okay.
And I think the way this looks is that Dennis will take his wand mask thing, his pack fragment, and will kind of seed, almost like the mask is crying in a sense as he takes each tier and plants them onto each seed, and where they will like grow and sprout into big healthy like ale apple seeds trees.
Behind your back, you hear the jeering, the quiet jeering, but still the mocking tones and the hushed japes of the nobility. Uh, Wizards are kind of seen as relics of a bygone age by the people of Isha by this point.
Mhm.
And Neil specifically being seen as kind of a joker, kind of a court jester. This kind of reflects upon you. Like here you are, getting your hands in the dirt like a peasant, and they are not saying that you're a peasant. They're just like heavily implying it when they think you can't hear it.
I think Neil is just gonna like giggle.
You mean
Take
Dennis?
a swig from his flask. Or Dennis. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, Dennis
You
is
say the
gonna
name so often
giggle.
you get confused.
Yeah, he's gonna giggle a little and take a swig of his flask before approaching them. He's installed.
Excellent.
How diligent. The nurse, in contrast, is just like appears genuinely thankful to you and just like bows her head slightly towards you.
Yeah, and he'll kind of like slowly blink his eyes at the one guy who's like ooh, hoo, 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 and will turn to the nurse and be like, "Thank you for the work is done."
And
I
she
believe.
signs, "Thank you for working your arts and letting us witness it."
Of course, of course. Um, I should also warn you all, there is a rather large storm coming along this way. I would probably, brace for it.
Well, can't you magic it away?
I can, but I don't want to.
He is genuinely stumped at this response. That is not how you respond to that kind of attack in this situation. And he's like, one.
Cat's got your tongue?
He just like decides that you do not, and like a mask falling over his face. Like he just starts smiling, and then turns to someone else and starts talking about like fucking taxes or something. Like he suddenly acts like you do not exist.
Yes, let's get
And
you off, my lord.
and yeah, the nobles just like kind of flock together and like do you know that thing when a group clearly doesn't want you here and then turn their back on you. And out of social obligation, the nurse does too.
Damn.
Yeah. Do. Well, I should, leave. Dennis will, pull his mask over and, vanish, off a cliff into a boat. He's all good.
Yeah, yeah.
His tricksteriness.
Is the celestial audience satisfied?
Yeah. And so is the
Great.
train.
Okay.
Yay!
So that leads
Dennis!
to the Faustian.
Yes, hello from my star scene. So, this is going to be a scene where I visit the Nereids and Kelpies. I'm going to ask Izop for the sorcerer and the mariner.
Yep.
The mariner being the one who sees over such creatures, and obviously the sorcerer, as when I am interacting with my own domain, it is he who I call upon to help adjudicate things. The thing I would like this to come in on, because what I'm going to be a bit mechanics forward here. Normally with a token, I would be able to resolve one card. I'm going to make this scene and try and cast a spell in order to kind of bend the rules and resolve the devil's influence on everything that is going on in this community right now. And I have a suggestion for, I think, what is happening, right?
Yeah.
I think there is a wedding going on between two fairies of the sea. And this is a wedding that happens every year. And every year, one of them leaves the other at the altar. This is just like a game, fairy games, they're doing their weird thing. What has happened, though, is one of them has been replaced by a version or a servant of the devil, and they are going to go through with the wedding.
Uh-oh.
And break the fairy game.
That's not
and
good.
I think the scene that we're going to come in on is... Yeah, ooh, no, this is exactly what happens, actually. I think I'm going to attempt to interrupt the wedding. I think I'm going to raise up my hand.
Yeah.
So before that... Go on, sorry?
The music that, like, previously just sounded like a thin whine because it's, like, so... It's played on such small instruments, it just sounds like... Eee! Just, like, suddenly,
Absolutely.
like, stops and trails off.
Just before I do this, I think I'm going to quickly cast Transformation to make myself look like a fairy.
Cool.
So, looking at the spell for Transformation.
Where is that? Here we go.
I would, and please advise on this on the sorcerer. Arcane import with water seems prudent.
By the original being... Yes, I think arcane import, any beast which dwells... Yes, I think that makes sense for that.
Mm-hmm. So my water is 3.
Okay, so I'll roll 3, what was it? It was arcane?
Yes, okay.
Cool.
My arcane.
Okay. You got some interesting ones. You got a Venus,
Yeah.
a moon. What's the other one?
Oh, so that's Mercury. So it's Mercury,
Mercury.
Venus, Luna.
Yeah.
So one moment. So this
Let's
would
see.
mean that Mercury, Venus, Luna. So it's the form is fully convincing and capable of deceiving others of its kind without the invention of other magic. Perfect. The form is flexible, and the form wearer may slide in and out for it as long as it is maintained. And the form is specific, precisely. Oh, perfect. Precisely
Yes.
resembling
Good.
another individual or being the wizard's choice. I think what I am going to do is I am going to turn into one of the one of the groom's mother-in-laws who can intend who as long as is lost and object to the wedding. Yes!
Good.
No!
Good.
Drama!
He was never right for you. No.
Um,
How does the wedding respond, dear Seakeeper?
I think the groom of the wedding, the one that has been replaced, is taken aback, but no one else is. The um the wretched little thing is confused. Um while everyone else seems very on point, like weirdly cheering.
Yeah, this has been a good show this year. Perhaps is the vibe.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's a good one.
and just as because I think this is a fun time to actually speak this aloud because normally I haven't been. When the devil acts upon a domain, I am able to answer a little question relating to that community.
Mhm.
And the question I answered for the Nereids was, what do the Nereids understand about magic that the wizards cannot? Magic, like a great many other things, is a game, not a science. The wizards have a fierce understanding of its rules, but do not understand what it means to win.
Yeah. That's a good
I,
one.
I think perhaps in this moment, accidentally, this was a victory. This was a fun use of magic in the eyes of the thing.
Gang, I need to take a 5-minute break to just let my dog out.
Absolutely.
Uh,
We're wrapped up here, I think.
okay.
So we can
Is the
just
slush
pause.
audience satisfied?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
so you can drop those 2 cards.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. We will be right back.
Oh. Yep.
Hello, we are back. We have more stuff for the celestial audience for the scene, actually. So,
Yeah.
without further ado,
The Faustian, as you finish your objection and everyone cheers, behind you, you feel a little tap.
Mm-hmm. Hello?
As you turn around, you see the Fae that you have exactly copied.
Oh god.
The auntie or something like along those lines, and she gives a little giggle before kind of booping you on the nose, kind of putting you back to your home, and you realize your teeth are a little bit sharper, and you understand the words of the Fae a little bit more. This is granting you a +1 water next month
ooh,
as a gift,
Amazing. Thank you.
of course. Ooh-hoo-hoo.
awesome.
Now I'm happy.
Okay. Um, sorcerer mode. I'm a sorcerer pilled dream maxer. Um,
It's so cool.
yeah. So for my last week, I gotta go visit my wife in my dreams.
Oh, word.
She let me talk a bit about my wife. Let me tell you about a wonderful woman named my wife. Um, her name is Maria. She lives in a shoe house in a recurring dream that I have, like a big shoe. Um,
Oh
uh,
my gosh.
she knows Sleepyhead to be a woman. Sleepyhead arrives as a woman in this dream, um, and she does not know what Sleepyhead does outside of her dreams. Um, and yeah, she is going to she's gonna just spend some time with her wife and weave a new robe for herself in the dream. Uh, and ideally, or maybe like she's weaving it in the dream, but like she's physically weaving it with her hands. Like it's kind of like a sleepwalking situation. Um,
Aw.
and yeah, she's just gonna tell her wife about some of the nice things that her friends in the Pact have done, and just trying to have a calm evening with her beautiful wife Maria. Um, so I have to roll for making this robe. Um, so that is what is that? I had it before. Um, ba 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 ba. Creation of vestments. That's what it is. It's always of arcane import. And then I can pick any element. And I believe I want to do water because water will be increased by having Maria around. If that's all right.
Yay.
Yes.
Cool. Which will make it a four die, which is pretty wild.
Yes. And as a reminder, just to remind the audience before I roll this, as the sorcerer, you have a special little ability, as we all do when we roll dice.
I do. I can choose one of
Which
the
is
dice
very fun.
consulted and decide which symbol it lands on. So
GM caveat. Boom.
yeah. Um, so I'm gonna make a vestment. So it's 4d8. So we have 2 Jupiters, 1 Luna, and 1 Mars. The clothing always looks well cleaned, and dirt seems to slide off. The clothing can change shape to match. Hang on, I should do a little thing just for the cleanliness of this layout. I'm gonna move these over here. Clothing can change shape to match with the fashion choices of the wizard wearing it. Oh, that's really good. The clothing is immune to mundane weapons, fire, and other forms of damage. That's also really good. The wearer of the clothing can use it to magically disguise themselves, pulling a large beard from a hood, or shifting into the form of an old lady. The solution is unstable and falls apart with a second glance. I might swap that out. I kind of like the Venus one. The clothing is especially beautiful. So I think I'm gonna swap that Luna for Venus. Um. So yeah, we got fucking Sleepyhead's beautiful little dress. Dress robe. Um. Girl sadness garb. Um.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go. Okay. Um. And yeah, I think she's just kind of like working on this with her hands as she spends time with her wife. Um. And yeah, cool. Very nice, simple wife time.
Lifetime.
What
Um,
time?
I do think that as she's like about to leave, like, I think like maybe it's getting dark outside in this like this forest dream where like the little shoe house is. She's like, you know, I think she only ever gets like a day with her wife at a time. Um, and she kind of turns towards Maria and in just kind of a tired, quiet voice says, do you do you think I could ever do it out there? The being a woman. They'd eat me alive, right? Whoever'd like to take Maria. I don't have
I
a
can-
preference.
I can take this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think very calmly and in a way that is born from having enough time to know how to care for someone and be cared for. Just like puts a hand on your shoulder in a very comforting way and just says, what other choice do you have?
I just keep doing this forever. I mean, I don't know if my father ever had thoughts about any of this, but I mean, he managed it.
If you choose that way, you're choosing death. You know that, right?
I know.
It's just a question of what kind of death you prefer.
I suppose so. There is.
She just kind of like holds her hand.
I have to go now.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too. And yeah, she'll head off into the night and wake up like crying and like clutching an extra pillow like close to her chest on her wide bed.
Her oddly
Just
sharp skin
for
color.
you.
Yeah. Okay. And that's that. Is the celestial audience satisfied?
Yeah.
I think I'm deciding if I want to be a bitch here.
Real.
Yeah, I do. I think there's going to be a consequence to this. I think the sort of, for lack of a better term, cosmic angst, right, being felt in the dream by someone whose domain is dreams, right,
Yeah.
is spreading out a little bit, and it is going to invite the devil to act upon the servants of the orrery.
Okay. Let me go to the orrery.
I think you are questioning some things, and in doing so, you are getting close to letting the devil in.
I think. I'm not thinking that there should be a consequence right now. but I am positing that I am reminding I am bringing to the attention of the celestial audience the fact that the king spreads spies everywhere, and that one day one of them might hear something.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that this is happening right now. I'm just saying it would be interesting. Maybe keep that in mind, perhaps.
Yeah. I think the sorcerer's dreams are probably safe, but I can imagine if she ever opts to say anything about this in the physical world, there are big problems.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the king's spies are not magic, because magic
Yeah.
is for losers.
Exactly. Okay. Well, that leads us to the devil's time, right?
Devil time. Okay, gang. So I have been a bad Faustian this month, which is to say I have not resolved as many cards as there have been placed down. So now the devil is going to be acting upon 3 communities. It'll be acting upon the merchants and bankers, the students and professors, and the servants of the orrery. I think first, perhaps, we will look to the merchants and bankers of Isha and see what the devil has in store for them. Oh, the Queen of Hearts.
Oh.
I need you to imagine me with like a deck that I'm shuffling in like a dark room.
Got that.
That's face cards are a big deal. Oh,
Scary.
Zephyrus.
What?
This pertains to you because this is your domain.
Uh-huh.
Ask the wizard to describe his ideal lover. This person has arrived before the wizard, fleeing
Me?
terrible danger and begging for his kindness. If he accepts, he replaces his current companion caring for his water with his lover, and gains +1 water for as long as the lover shares his bed. So basically, you
Whoa.
are to describe to me your ideal lover, and they have come before you asking to be with you and to be taken care of by you.
Oh my god. I think Zephyrus's ideal lover is I'm gonna make it interesting. I think that Zephyrus's ideal lover is a man who works a trade, like maybe he's like a blacksmith or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very like sort of rugged. And I feel like he kind of embodies like a kind of masculinity that Zephyrus doesn't know how to embody.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean. You all know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. A rough.
Yeah.
So the question is, do you accept this person? And if you do so, they will replace your current water companion, who is, I would ask for a reminder on who that is.
Oh yeah, let me go check because I also don't remember. Wait, he's gonna replace my water companion?
Yeah, and
Wait,
that he will
no.
now be this person is
No, my
may
water
still be
companion is my
alive.
child. There's no way.
Well, so
Absolutely
here's the
not.
thing. Here's the thing, just for a kind of brief on what this might mean in game terms, right, or in fiction terms.
Mm-hmm.
This does not mean that your child like disappears or is no longer present. It means that the person who is now caring for, your domain of water, I believe, which one is water? Again, they each have a
It's
description.
like care, or like
Yeah.
Emotion, affection.
Affection, yeah. The person who is providing that care most prominently for you would be them.
This is a hard choice actually. What
And
happens
not
if I say
necessarily.
no?
If you say no, sorry, one moment. Nothing happens. This is just a net thing that, and if you accept it, you gain +1 water for as long as they share your bed.
Uh,
And there is no direct hidden consequence for you here, I will say. Immediately, that's a mechanical thing out of this. I'm not hiding anything.
That's a difficult question.
If you want to consider that, and I can address the other cards and come back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Let me
seems like a
think
good
about
move.
it.
Okay, let's do something less intensive. The Seven of Hearts. We're fond of hearts today. This is, I should specify, this is on the college. This is on the students and the professors. A cult dedicated to a love of vices, drugs, sex, alcohol, etc. forms within this community. Create a cult following on cults. Create a consequence for the associated wizard and choose and move +1 hearts to the devil's deck. So I'm going to create a consequence for the librarian based on a new secret cult.
Awesome.
A sort of, yeah, I think.
Sexy librarian cult.
Let's see.
Sorry,
a new student
Jay.
cult.
Sorry,
What is
Jay.
what is like a sex cult in a library in a university forming if not a polycule? Anyway,
A frat house.
oh god, oh no, it's all right. Okay, I think. I don't like either of those. So I think, in fact, what I'm going to do as the consequence is I'm going to change one aspect of Wizard's Sanctum or Isle to make it worse. I'm going to be changing an aspect on the library to reflect maybe some like a lack of academic focus from those within it. And I will do that in my own time in a little bit.
Cool.
And then finally, final card. Oh no!
Oh no.
Hey, so you know how I just said face cards are bad?
Yeah.
Or like big deals, like they're big deals. Sorcerer.
Mhm.
Upon your domain has fallen the King of Diamonds.
Uh-oh.
The Talisman of the Wizard King arrives at the wizard's door. Place this card in the wizard's possession. Through the possession of such a pendant, the wizard's person and sanctum are warded against all magic save the devil himself, and he will never age or fail in his appearance to look like anything less than his true version of himself.
Uh-oh.
Additionally, by his touch, he may return to true life any corpse, bringing them back just as they were before they died, and may remove any illness or ill health from any in his presence. So you have this now. This is the thing that you have. There's no consequence. There's no offer. You just have this.
Now the real question is, do I put this in my realm or do I use it?
There
Fuck.
are eyes everywhere.
Oh my god. The Talisman of the Wizard King.
Yeah, there's some amazing ones in here. There's a wizard crown as well of the Wizard King.
Oh
It's
my god.
how
So
are we
scary.
feeling then, Sasha? Have you come to any decisions?
Oh, sorry, I got up to wash my dishes.
No worries.
Yeah. I'm actually leaning toward yes
Mm-hmm.
because I kind of want to like play into my like characterization of Zephyrus that he like literally cannot say no. Like he has a really hard
Yeah.
time saying no to anyone for any reason.
Yeah. Like this is someone coming to their door who needs them, and like that from the characterization so far, this tracks.
Like if I don't help him, he will die.
Yeah.
So like yeah. Oh no,
All right.
I have to sleep with this really hot guy.
And
that really sucks.
It's your
So-
duty. It's your duty to
my-
the people.
It's my duty. I have to. I just have to do it.
As it goes, these decisions have been made, and cards are moving from the Faustion's deck into the Devil's. The Devil's is gaining more power. Notably, by the
Whoa.
way, because this is a thing for me as a consequence of you accepting this, Sasha.
Uh-huh.
It does not relate to you. Place this card in the wizard's possession. For each month the companion remains present, choose and move +1 heart card into the Devil's deck.
Ugh.
Scary.
Is that good?
Well, no. Not for me, but it doesn't matter for you. Basically, as the Faustian, I am playing an inevitable game where the devil will slowly take over me because I oppose the devil, but the devil is also me and within me.
Whoa.
I'm playing a
cool.
losing game. It's just a matter of saving as many people as I can, you know.
Not gonna lie.
What happens if you? What happens when you? What happens when the devil overtakes you?
I become the devil, and y'all need to find a new Faustian because that is what happened to my master and his master before him.
Holy shit!
Presumably my apprentice. It is inevitable. It will happen.
It sounds like kind of a shitty job. Not
It
gonna
really
lie.
is, specifically, yeah. Somebody's got to do it.
Did I ever mark
Anyway.
down what my realm does? It's somewhere.
Moving on from that. This is everything the devil has in store.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember what the realm does. Oh yeah, no one can see in there, and it has what's the cosmology? Because I need to figure this out. Like, it's a problem.
For what it's worth, there's really no like issue to this existing, right? Or like to you having this. This is like a net good, you know.
Yes, but it's gonna make Sleepyhead appear as a woman during the moot.
I mean, I think depending on how you feel about this, and the answer is always we approach this in the most interesting way for the story, right? I think there's many ways we can deal with that. One is like I previously had a wizard who was gradually cracking and had it so no other wizards fucking noticed because they don't like think about gender in that way. You know what I mean? I think that there are ways forward from that. Or if you like this conflict, you know, I think that could be a fun thing to enforce.
I think I actually made a really good move by making the robe that I did, because I think Sleepyhead's gonna boy mode during the mood.
Boy hoodie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will note we are at 4:06. If we want to maybe do the moot next time,
Yeah.
I know we want to avoid that sort of cycle, but I think it's okay. Especially because then we can have Jay and Orm there.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
that's an amazing catch up for Jay as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That works really well for recap because we're all gonna go over what happened.
Yeah, we're gonna have the live Orm reaction.
All right. Well, let's do a
awesome.
quick. I want to thank everybody who watched. I want to thank all the viewers, and I also want to thank everybody on the show. I mean, like, this is again a really lovely game to play with y'all, and I'm really having a good time. Let's talk to, or let's. I would love each of you to tell folks where they can find you. I also have your itches each in this, so I will do those. Let's start with Ira.
Okay, I am again Ira Prince. You can find me at Baphomet with a 0 on Twitter, or on Tumblr and itch as Ira Prince. And I do illustrations. If you need any art for tabletop games, hit me up.
Yeah, please. Ira's art is so fucking good. Like,
yo.
And next is Sasha.
Yeah, I have been Stargazer Sasha. You can find me on everywhere at Stargazer Sasha. I also had a plug, which is that I am hosting an Itch Jam. It's an interdisciplinary art jam. It's the Trans Oracular Jam. So it is a jam for people to make art that is and is inspired by oracular objects, objects of divination, and I'm really, really excited. So come join. We're gonna have fun. Yeah, thank you.
Hell yeah! And that begins in May.
Oh yes, that is going to run from May 1st to June 1st, and let me toss that link into the chat.
Awesome.
Bonk.
Bonk boop.
All right. Thanks again.
Yeah. Wendy.
Well, you can find me on the internet at Curatrix-Ripston Blue Sky Social, or at Ripston P on the Sheeter, or at Curatrix Ripston on itch.io. You can contact me through all the links provided on those socials if you need illustrations for TTRPGs, or words to be written in your honor, or art like the one you see in this stream, because that's me, baby. That's
Yeah.
me who did this. I did this. I did it. I did the orrery. I did the little portraits. And if you want something like that, well, give me a shout. And also give Ira a shout. Make us work together again. Make us both rich.
Yeah. Cool. And Lilith.
I'm Lilith Lilac Leviathan. I've been playing Dennis. Yippee. You can find me. I have Itch, Blue Jay H. You could also find my Tumblr at the same thing. I'm getting ready to put Euphoria 2180 into like open play testing soon. Once I figure that out.
Yeah.
That is all.
It's an awesome game.
Miles. Yeah.
Okay, and Molly.
Hello, I've been Molly Darling. You can find me over on Twitter at Marvelous Miss Molly minus the A in Marvelous. I'll post some other links in the chat real quick. You can also find me over on Blogspot and Itch. Soon, when I'm freed from academic shackles, I will be posting up a new Wanderhome playbook called The Lead, which is about kink and self-domination. Anyway.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm Darling Game and Eclipse. You're watching my channel. It has like socials, so you can literally just go to any of those. But yeah, I stream. I make games. I make Sapphic World. I'm working on it. I also have a Patreon. It's not linked below. You can find it. But yeah, it will be eventually. I need to clean up my buttons below. Okay. I am going to raid. I'm gonna raid Ino Maru, because Maru is playing Raft with my good friend Grief, who I'm also working on TTRPGs with, so...
Whoa.
Go...
Wow.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Oh, I spelled that wrong. It's Inu Amaru, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Have fun over there, say hi, and we'll be back in like a month. We'll tell you, you know, like about a week to 2 weeks before. And yeah, see you then. Take care, everyone.
Yay.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Remember, if you don't like what you see, you can change it. It's up to you, really. Goodbye, good luck, and have fun